Hello, managers. Good evening and welcome to tonight's edition of FPL Ambassador Show. As usual, I'm here, Rowland, your host for the show, and we are 5 game weeks in. Don't panic, it's just 5 game weeks. Uh, Unfortunately for me, I had my first red arrow of the season, much to the pleasure of some gentlemen. But I mean, it's all good. We get the show started as usual. Raymond, the FPL ambassador himself, how are you faring?
Oh, I mean, you know that my team was going 5-4-1, and everybody knew that my team was so bad for the game week. And we entered, I wasn't surprised. It was more like my heart was prepared for the heartbreak. And even aside I had that 5-4-1,
Oh,
three
sorry.
of my players were benched. I had only 8 players playing. So it was quite a very
What a
I'm
rubbish
dropped.
game week.
I'm so bad. I knew I would drop, but the way I dropped it was so, and it was much cause about Trent not playing. If Trent played, at least he could have managed my drop for me, but the drop was really bad there.
Uh, okay, Marvin, how are you doing? I think you did best out of the three of us last week. So, how are you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling good. I mean, of course, it wasn't a great FPL game week for a lot of people. I mean, I know some people were carded and it didn't go according to plan. And of course, with FPL, this is when sometimes your bench comes into play. And I think that's what happened for me. I think I had a decent bench. So the likes of White came in for me when Alexander Arnold didn't play, which gave me some good points as well. So as we say in FPO, I know sometimes we try and field as many players as possible in the first 11, but you need to sometimes have a decent bench because you never know when you need it. Somebody like Alexander Arnold, nobody knew he was going to be injured until on the day itself. So I mean that's what worked for me this game week. So I'm happy about
But
it.
Yes.
by then deadline had already passed. Cry.
Exactly.
Yes. So it shows the importance of having a good subs bench. You know, it's too early in the season for us to appreciate it, but that's how it is. Usually, it's getting towards the latter end of the season that subs come to the fore. But we've seen early on in this season that subs are also important. So that's about it. Let's get the show started.
Okay.
All
So
right. So
Roland, yes,
yeah,
I want to say here that we appreciate managers who are subscribing to our channel as well. Um, we're talking about this the last time about some managers helping us to be able to grow our channel, and by God's grace, we are now at 195. We want to hit 200 subscribers by God willing next week. By next week show, we want to do 200 subscribers. If we hit 200 subscribers, we'll have to show our appreciation to managers. We've just been in the system for quite a while, but managers are showing their love to us, and we really appreciate whatever they are doing for us as well. They should join the league as well, because there's 1,000 Ghana cities up for grabs. Everybody, it's open to everybody worldwide as well. Roland, please, what's the code again?
the code, Raymond, we don't need anyone to join our code. Let them subscribe. Let them. We have enough managers in the league. We are appealing to you to subscribe, like the channel. Those of you even come on live, kindly like the channel. I like the content that we are giving out. That's most important for us. I think the subscribers, they are okay. So Raymond, if that's it, then I think we can start and look at our teams.
Okay, Roland, we'll look at yours first.
Oh, red. Well, I think it's better to take it right now than to take it later on. As the weeks were progressing, I felt that I was doing my best. In the beginning, we spoke about always keeping it simple. And I think I went against what I had started throughout the season, and I did not keep it simple. Last week, I just mentioned that I'll change Bamford to Antonio to Bamford, which I did. Then later on, I felt that Marcel had a better threat going forward and playing against Brentford. Uh, as soon as I did a transfer, I wasn't too comfortable. I felt that I had let myself down in some ways even before the game started. But I felt that Bamford would be able to give me enough points for the game against Newcastle. But he got a lucky assist for a lucky goal scored by Rafinha. But an assist is an assist, a goal is a goal. So we take it and we move. The disappointment for me, really, in my team was Gundogan. I've held him for some reason because I feel that he's had decent fixtures and he could make some points stick in there. Unfortunately, Gundogan played 9 solid minutes and still City could not break through. We sat here.
Looks like Rowland is gone.
Mm.
Rowland. Okay, so
Yeah, last Thursday
yes.
laughing about it.
Okay.
What is that? But yeah,
Rowland, you talk. Okay, so we can see that Rowland has Jota and Benrahma. Benrahma returned, quite good for him. To managers who are holding Benrahma, some in the community, some are saying that Benrahma Benrahma's time has passed, but I think with Antonio coming back, he can do quite well. And then Salah captaincy. I think what is actually working for us this year is you've had 4 out of 5 captaincy points on Berg, which has really kept us on point. So it means that we should always make sure the captaincy is spot on, so that even when you are dropping, you don't drop so very bad as there. Marlvin, anything to say about Rowland's team before we move on?
Yeah, I think you mentioned something about Benrahma. I think a lot of people have been tempted to take out Benrahma, but just when
sorry,
don't worry.
Just when possibly you think
go.
It's time for you to take him out. The same way Rafinha had a lucky goal, the same way Benrahma also had a lucky goal as well. But as you said, with Antonio coming, we don't know that how that will fare for him. And I know also I think what managers have been looking at is the impact that Vlasic is going to have on Benrahma. However, it seems
Samal is back.
It seems as if Vlasic played, I think, in the Champions League. Benrahma didn't play, so I think definitely in the game week coming, Benrahma will be the one who will play ahead of Vlasic. However, if you have Benrahma, you hold him. If you haven't bought him, I won't be too quick to go in and buy him. That's my personal opinion. Yeah.
Can I just say something before we go on?
Yeah,
sorry about that. I had a phone call.
No worry.
So I think that Williams was the one who Williams. I thought that his fixture was good. You know, him coming on, then they concede. Then I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll just take my 1 points like that. Later, when I check my points, I see 0. I'm like, 0 for what? Didn't this guy play? A mistake. Then I checked, he had a yellow card. I was like, I was created him. But I think the TA is what helped managers who rose up the ranks a lot, because his absence made them, people had Duffy Livramento on the bench, so it helped them. But I think that's the importance of having a good bench. Let's stress it tonight and let managers be aware.
Yeah.
One good bench, or you have, a bench which is worth. Don't feel that you should have 11 players who play regularly, the rest don't play. So guys, look at that. So that's about it. I think this is a wrong -5, and even though I said I'll take a -4 again, I don't know if I would, but definitely I will. But let's see how things go.
Stop what.
Sorry, we can move on.
Okay. So we moved to my team. I dropped from 580,000 to 990,000 worldwide. I've dropped to almost 1 million. I took a -4 to bring Rafinha in. So before I was entering the week, I'd already taken a -4. And then my bench guys, I tried to keep Antonio 0, Calvert-Lewin, Calvert-Lewin 0. Then I was able to field 11 players in a 5-4-1 formation with five players at the back. Arnold, Omobadele, and then Bachman, all benched. I don't know how come Bachman was benched. I don't know where that is coming from. So
I think Bachman. Okay, well, initially I thought it was an injury, but apparently, from reports from their coach, he might. Oh, actually, no. Reading some reports, I think he's actually injured. I think he's injured. So,
yeah.
and I think that the people who went for Foster as their 4.0.
Yeah.
I think it was the best decision.
It was the best decision for them.
Right now, the best 4.0 keeper. So anybody who is looking to buy a keeper at 4.0, I think your best one to go to is Foster because he's likely to play. So just keep that in mind, managers.
Oh, some questions teasing me. The huge drop. Yeah, it's a very massive. I dropped like 400,000 places worldwide, over 400,000 places worldwide. But it all happens once in a while. It happens as well. But I think that the Salah captaincy was really helped me because if I didn't get the captaincy spot on, I would have dropped to 1 point. Well, are you aware Sam Bamford is around 1.2 million?
Rowland is not on, or is he on?
No, sorry, Marlvin. I was speaking. I was saying,
because Sambonfo wildcarded with I think Lee, and they really had like a very, very bad game week. They had a very, very bad game week. Like nothing really went according to plan.
Nothing really worked. Yeah.
I think they took too many risks. I think Lee went for Torres, and I think they ended up have like either 9 or 10 players being fielded. I think somebody like Lee went for Reece James, who didn't play. Torres, who didn't play. He took too many risks. And Sam, for once, is Sam always bounces back. That's the thing about Sam Bond. You see now she's back in the 1K or top 10K or something like that. So I won't put it past her at all.
Yes, and the very good thing, I checked me at 990,000. My points gap to just 500,000 is just like about 13 points, and it just means that the points are so very close now. So for now, managers shouldn't be. Yes, so managers shouldn't be too concerned about rank to make them forced to make decisions. Just make a decision that makes your team quite strong, and build your team for the next 4 or 5 pitches ahead of you, so that you can be able to make.
Try and work on that.
Make the climb, because this is why I'm going to separate the men from the boys, because now you're able to tell which teams have the very good defense, the very good attack. So now when you're making any transfer, it should be to make your team stronger, not about any 1 week hits or bandwagon over there. Yes, but Marvin talked about Reece James. Yes, about Reece James. I think what happened with Reece James was because of the robbery incident that happened. I think it felt that it was just good to give him some time off for him to rest. But some are also saying that tactically, they didn't play him because they wanted Aspiculator at that side because of Son at that side. So it's more like we'll have to look at how he plays against City, and then to know whether James is more confirmed there or not.
If any of you guys had the opportunity of picking one Chelsea defender, let me say first, between Reece James and Alonso, who are you going to choose? That's the first
Alonso for me. I'll take Alonso. I'll take Alonso playing 4 games for me and bench the.
Hey, let him finish the question.
I'll take his point. No, you are behind us, so Rowland. You are behind us. He has finished the question I've actually long ago. Rowland,
okay.
You are way behind
what
us.
if you bring Rudiger into the picture out of the 3?
If I bring Rudiger, for me now, I want to go for.
Personally, for me, Rudiger is the safest.
Yes, the safest. Yes, but for me, looking at how my team is structured, whereby I'm going huge at the back, I want the attacking guys at the back. So I'm actually planning that by game week 8, I'm going with Arnold, TAA, Alonso, Reece James, and Marcel. I'm going 4 at the back. I'm going with the 4-3-3 formation because that's the only way I can accommodate my big Lukaku and then Antonio and the other guys. Because in the middle, the middle guys are messing up. All the 7 points cool guys are messing up, and I don't know which guys. So rather, I prefer to have a 5 point something guy in the middle than to be playing with the 7 guys and then they'll be messing up in our teams there. I don't know what you go for, Marlvin, yourself.
Traditionally, I think I'm part of the 3-4-3, even though this season I've started with a 3-5-2 formation. If I'm able to wildcard, I think I'll possibly try and go back to the 3-4-3 formation. I just feel like there's always value up front than the defense. And that's personally for me. I just feel like just some stupid 90th minute goal,
Hey, that's the most painful thing.
just for your clean sheet, and then it will just spoil your gaming. Having said that, though, if you have a midfielder who doesn't score, you still end up getting like your same 2 or 3 points. So, I mean, I just prefer a 3-4-3 formation. That's personally.
Yeah.
My preference would be 3-4-3 and maybe 3-5-2 before I start considering having 4 at the back. That's my preference. Yeah.
The way my middle guys are messing up, Charlie, I don't want to be. So I'm thinking about going forward at the back. You're looking at how City's defense and Chelsea's defense has been quite very good this season, and then they are going to have quite very good fixtures from game week 8 onwards. I think that I would rather invest there and get 1 or 2 attacking returns because the middle guys are all messing up. Now, if I ask which 7.5 or 8, normally around that price range, we can get 1 or 2 guys we are quite sure can do well for us. But it looks like this year nobody's actually lifting his head up for us to pick up there. So I can just go to that side, and then when things get better, I can just with 1 transfer change back to the 3-4-3. So it's not really of a challenge for me there.
For me, the thing is when you look at
Rowland,
you see, FPL is a funny game, and every week there's something new that happens. For now, yes, per our analysis, there is no 7 to 10 million midfielder who has put his hand up that I'm ready to strike. Now, this week, if we have just 1 or 2, we'll start considering them. That's how funny this game is. So, yes, we can plan and say that we want this player, we want that player. Yeah, I agree. And of course, it's good to plan, like you're saying. You'd have Alonso, you'd have a City defender, you'd have TA, you have Marcel. Yeah, that's good. That's good planning because as of now, no one has shown that they can do it from that 7 to 10 million price range. But we should also just realize how difficult it will become for us if someone like a Son or a Rashford comes into the picture and changes things. Then it means that it will spoil a lot of plans.
It's just 2 transfers. Yeah, it's just 2 transfers. Roland, it's just 2 transfers. I just changed the defender.
Yes,
the defender to 3.9. And then upgrade the money to Pepe.
What I'm thinking is right now, if your defenders are giving you clean sheets, are giving you clean sheets, it becomes more. It's straightforward, like you're saying, just 2 transfers. But you also be considering Alonso is giving you points. Then Son has come in. Would you think that per Alonso's games and Son's games, which one would you go for? So those things are a bit dicey, but for now we don't have anyone, so your plan is spot on.
Sure. Marlvin, before I move to your team, I want to officially tell you that Samara Limited has commented that Marlvin for drop. Samara Limited has commented that Marlvin, you have to drop. So let's see.
Is he? But is he going up? Is he going up?
So, let's see if Marlvin dropped or not. Samara Limited. In fact, Samara Limited, we were looking for you last week, seriously, because all the things you said about Marlvin in game week 4 about Ronaldo happened. You actually, in fact, we want your comments here. Okay. So, Marlvin didn't drop. Marlvin, give us your take.
Okay, so I mean, as I said earlier on, I think the bench really did well for me with Alexander Arnold being injured. So White came in for me as well. I had the lucky goals from Benrahma and Rafinha.
Lucky goals. The goals are goals.
Yeah, but they were just too suspicious. This Julia goal, that's Charlie. They just But I mean, of course, I'm taking the points hands on. So of course, they helped me increase my rank to 68,000. I think I was 180 something.
180 something, yeah.
yeah, so I think it's been a good week for me, of course, and yeah, hoping for the best going forward. At the moment, my current squad, I have like 4 injuries, so lots of
I'm sure you have Bamford,
I have Bamford,
Rafinha,
who I checked this afternoon is on red.
Red,
Rafinha has
yes,
moved from yellow to orange, alien yellow to orange,
Orange.
challenge. And then I mean Trent, I'm sure he'll play. I think
No,
Klopp just said he
trying to
was.
play.
But
Stop
yeah, is
Yeah,
fit,
Klopp
so
just
you're
said he was
cool with that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, Trent, I'm okay with him. But the other
yeah.
Bamford there, he has to go definitely because as he's on red, he's
Bamford,
unknown.
Bamford.
Yeah, forget.
Klopp has
Yes,
actually come out to say he's
um,
fit, so there's no problem.
yes. So concerning Bamford, Bielsa spoke this afternoon. He said that Bamford most likely won't play. And Bielsa is somebody who who he doesn't fear anybody. He will let you know. He can let you know he's starting 11. So if he says that he won't play, he will play. But he said Rafinha most likely will be involved. So if he's involved, it means at least either he will start from the bench but I think Rafinha will start. If Bamford is not playing, most likely he will start then. So it's Bamford and then Alien you need to worry about. So if you're selling Bamford, who would you buy?
I think the options are there. The obvious options are there. I think the
Options are
obvious
there.
option would
Okay,
possibly be Antonio.
Anthony back.
You can look at Saint Maximum has got a very good record. I was just looking at his stats, and he's had like about 3 or 4 goal involvement.
Hey. I'm
Yeah,
telling you
yeah.
now, but I'll stop giving stories about it.
Yeah, and then I mean, yeah, those are the two because in my price range, because I have Bamford is 8.0, so in that price bracket, I just have Antonio Allen. If I want to go down, say Maximan, Tony is facing Liverpool. I'm not interested.
Liverpool, yeah.
Jimenez, Charlie, I don't know what's wrong with him this season.
Charlie.
Pokey 2 is available, but I mean the ones I'll be looking at are Antonio and St. Max, and because of their form, definitely, and then also their fixtures. Jimenez should have been on that list.
I think Antonio is the way to go. Sometimes we just have to make the most simple and
Yeah,
basic
make the most
decision.
simple this thing and then just move on.
Yeah, and just move on. Sometimes you want to overtake, calculate, and okay, maximum this, then it's playing against this Charlie. We just leave it there. And the good thing for West Ham is that Leeds are having injuries, so you can. But one thing about Leeds is they don't care. It's a system team, so whoever gets injured, they are still able to bring their results in there. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Marvin, these comments about you were commenting
Yeah, I was
about
saying
this.
that Roland has always been the top 3 or whatever. Right now, I'm looking at top 7, Charlie. I can't even see the guy.
Oh, leave me. Look at him.
Roland. I have to do better.
What's up?
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we can
We
have to
can
do
hear
better.
you. We
I
can
don't know. I
hear
see your
you.
name right now. I don't even know.
Raymond is bad, pa. He's removed the 7 because I think I'm 8 or 9 or 10 or so. So Raymond has said
Yeah,
that.
you can't be eight.
No.
Eight,
Every
eight
time it's up to
invisible.
7.
What's the name?
Every time it's up to 7.
You can't be eight. You can't be eight. You are now the master. You know what?
Individual was the first, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yes, I
So
was dead. I was dead during that
changing.
time.
Yes, so
Yeah,
don't worry. I
Roland.
have.
Oh, I'm 10th now. I'm 10th.
I would. Okay, so managers are doing well in the FPL Ambassador. Please if we haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel because one thing about YouTube knows when everybody has subscribed to the channel. I have checked that and I have confirmed it. So if it's time to win and you tell me that you subscribe, if you subscribe, I will check. We will give a time if you subscribe afterwards. We won't give it to you. We will check and make sure we give it to them. So if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. If you know your friend who has not subscribed,
Samal, thank you so much. And well, I'm making on my Marlvin. He the hype. I know. I mean, it's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time.
Yes. So your key players didn't go too well for this week. Semedo messed up big time. Semedo messed up big time. De Bruyne and Pepe messed up. Pookie scored although, and then the goalkeeper crew Norwich. As for Norwich, dear Charlie, somebody is saying that now if you have a captain against Norwich, hit it. In fact, if you want to make a transfer, look for which player is playing against Norwich and then bring that player into your team.
But Raymond, let me ask you: is it their
I'm here.
playing style that is worrying them, or because it seems like the coach is refusing to change? But one thing I saw is that they
Yes.
played a 3-5-2 against Liverpool, so I don't know if he may want to switch to that. They actually had chances to score Liverpool early on, but they didn't take them. So I don't know. What's your take on the Norwich team itself?
Daniel Parker is somebody he's one of those stubborn. He's quite stubborn in making changes as well. So I think let's wait and see what will actually happen. But for now, if you have a Norwich defender,
They are the Whipping Boys.
Yeah, they are the Whipping Boys. They are the Whipping Boys here. And then I'm hearing that if you have a captain against Norwich, Watford, and Leeds, captain that player, because they are noted for conceding a lot of chances. So if you have a captain against one of these players, captain them.
So you captain Antonio, you will get there. No, let's go.
No, I'm not captain Antonio per se, but I'm just saying that if you have a big hitter against any of these three, just don't double think it as well. Ramsdale, Marlvin, what's your take on Ramsdale?
I said last week that is his position to lose. I think he kept a clean sheet against Burnley. I don't know whether he was in the bonus points. You can check quickly. But I think at the moment it's his position to lose. I think I'm not sure whether Leno is the one who played in the
Leno played the Carabao Cup.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I just checked. Ramsdale had all three bonus points as well against Burnley. So as I said, the position is just to lose. And I think since he came into the team, they've kept, of course, 2 clean sheets, but that's not all dependent on him because they've got Partey back, they've got White back, so I think they are showing up a bit more defensively. So it's not just because of Ramsdale, but I think Ramsdale coming in as well has contributed to their clean sheet. So the position there is his to lose. It's his to lose.
How much is Ramsdale?
He was 4.5 at the moment. He's still 4.5.
Well, I think that then managers should actually look at Ramsdale because the defensive stats are really good for Arsenal. I think they were behind Man City last season for goals conceded, even with that leaky defense that they had, and they kept a lot of clean sheets as well. They are Arteta's game style is very boring. They don't play that much exciting football. 1-0, 2-0. It's just against the smaller teams that they really explode. So Ramsdale is one. If you are looking for a keeper, I think he's a good shot stopper too. So like Marlvin is saying, it's his position to lose. But looking at how it's going, if he's able, I doubt he'll keep a clean sheet against Tottenham though. But I'm sure he can rack up the saves against Tottenham. So if that be the case, then we use this week to also analyze and see, because Arteta is a very stubborn coach. He's one, if you're out of favor with, that's it. You're out of favor with. No matter what you do, you're not getting back into the team. Look at Lacazette, for instance. Lacazette hasn't played in the 2 past game weeks. Yes, and I mean, he's played so well. He scored yesterday. He plays very well when he comes on. And Aubameyang is playing 90 minutes, and I'm wondering what's happening to Lacazette. He just doesn't favor him. Now, Nketsiah is back, and it won't surprise me that Nketsiah will even get more minutes than Lacazette would. So let's look at it from that angle. That Ramsdale becomes a prospect for us in the future.
Okay.
Yeah, I think just to buttress Roland's point, I think after the Tottenham game, even the Tottenham game, he could get some save points. But from game week 7 to game week 11, just looking at the fixture difficulty rating now, I think they don't face anybody whose rating is more than 3. They face Brighton, Crystal Palace, Aston Villa, Leicester, and Watford. So I think it's
even 2 clean sheets are short there.
Yeah, so this is a decent run of games. So because a lot of people are always asking about 4.5 keepers, and I think Ramsdale has really come into the picture now. So it's something that managers should consider.
He put his hand up.
Yes. So as you're talking about 4.5, yes. So as you're talking about, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the 4.5 defenders once and for all, and let's leave that so that we don't come back to it later on in the show. So 4.5 goalkeepers. So you mentioned Ramsdale and then Sanchez as well. What do you see about
Sanchez? I'll not
Guiata and then McCarthy? Guiata of Crystal Palace and then
yes, McCarthy.
McCarthy of Southampton. Marlvin, Rowland, what do you see about them?
Yeah. I mean, I think
McCarthy.
Okay. I think if I'm correct, I think. So you were saying something?
Yeah, I was saying that the reason for going for McCarthy is Southampton are beginning to show up in defense, and McCarthy is also good for save points. So that's the reason why I think McCarthy. Guaita, Crystal Palace hasn't really settled down now. At least you'd have to see some glimpses of a certain change in their style of play and the goals conceded, right? For us to be able to tell. It was only in the Tottenham game that they conceded, and that was because they were down to 10 men. So they didn't concede, because they were down to 10 men. So that's the only game for now that you can use as a base, and it's not really worth it. So I'd like to see at least 2 more games for me to know that Guaita is in good stead. But for now, the 2 standard 4.5 keepers for me are McCarthy and Ramsdale. So Marlvin, please go on.
Yeah, I think fairly said. With McCarthy, yes, true. I think he even has better fixtures compared to that of Crystal Palace as well. Just that right now, Guaita is just ahead of McCarthy by just some 3 points, which is not massive at all. And given the fixtures that are coming, I think Southampton is likely to do better than Crystal Palace. So yes, I think Rowland has a valid point over there as well.
But then also said those guys who like XG, Palace XG considered is quite good. They are not conceding too many shots. I think someone was saying that the way Palace are playing, their pressing style is making it such that they are not conceding a lot of very quality shots as well. So I agree with the McCarthy bit, but sometimes somebody, if you want to go against the crowd, Guiata is not bad in there because it's also noted for making a lot of very good saves. The Palace defense always gain some shots in there as well. Sure.
I just hope the Southampton coach is not going to do that nonsense he was doing at the tail end of last season, that he was swapping between he was so annoying. Oh my goodness! Especially those who had the Southampton. I had one of them, so I was never sure who was there. But I think it's too early. He's settled with
benefited from a penalty save.
Was it Foster? I can't remember. It was
Foster.
Foster. I had him in goal.
It wasn't too long. It was at the end of the season. It was. I think it was against Crystal Palace also.
Sadio Mane, please. This is okay. Sadio Mane. How can you score 9 goals consecutive against a team? This guy, he has the record for the fastest hat-trick in the Premier League. 3 minutes and some seconds. Now he has scored 9 consecutive times against a particular opponent. This is serious. But Salah, I think Salah is really playing really, really well this year, and I won't be surprised if Salah breaks his record. The way he's playing, he's looking very and his shooting is getting better. He's not getting a lot of chances per se. Sometimes ago he needs to get many chances, but now it looks like the few chances he gets, he's being quite more clinical at that. Well, how do we see the Mane and Salah this year?
At the moment, I think just go for Salah. There's no point in trying to be too smart and trying to see when Mane is going to. There's no point. You're just risking something which is not necessary. But Salah has started the season on form. Mane, of course, has had a lot of shots against opponents, but Salah is doing his thing. I think he started the season very, very, very well, and I think he's going to continue like that. So there's no point in risking, unless you have space in your team. I don't know who has space in your team to have Mane and Salah and have the likes of Ronaldo and Lukaku. So
Lukaku all around, stuff like that.
Don't try and be
Roland.
Don't try and be too smart.
Gameweek 6, your key teams. Let's move on to Gameweek 6 key teams.
Okay, all right. So my goalkeeper is Alisson for obvious reasons. Brentford played well against Wolves, but I see it as the Wolves didn't really play well defensively. And it was just defensive carelessness that caused both goals with Marcel's rugby tackle against Ivan Toney. You know, when I was watching the game, the first corner kick, I don't know, Marlvin, if you saw it, or Raymond, you know, the first corner kick that was taken, I saw him wrestling the guy. I was like, you have Cody, you have Saiz, you have tall players tackling, and one of those players tackling who can tackle Tony. So why are you leaving it to Marcel? Then the second one, look at this. I've wasted my 4 points on a useless player like this just to concede. And Tony has a perfect record in penalties. I knew he would score. There was no way the keeper was saving that. So apart from that, they played well, but against a motivated Liverpool team, I doubt they can go past Alisson. You know, we are talking about people that players that are keeping clean sheets.
Rowland,
we are over.
Rowland, just a minute. So you know, Marlvin will leave in about 10 minutes. So you quickly finish yours, and then we'll do Marlvin's own. And then when he leaves, we can continue. Okay. So just take your point. Continue with your points.
Okay, that's fine. So what it is that like I was saying, with that one, Liverpool is quite obvious. TAA back even makes it better. So defenders have gone for Ricardo Pereira of Leicester. They have a good game against Burnley. Yes, the left side of Burnley is still leaking. So I see that Ricardo would play good in that game. Some good crosses to Vardy would be good. Then midfielder Jota, oh my goodness. Jota has been a disappointment in the past 2 games. But you know, as I stated this point the last time, I said that when a player doesn't seem to have any pressure on him, the player doesn't feel the need to do what he has to do. In the sense that Jota is supposed to score. But Jota felt like, Firmino isn't back, so I'm trying to assist. But now he knows Firmino is back. He's back in training. I can guarantee he'll get some points this game week because you want to do something to win it. Then for forward, I've gone for Kane. Kane always scores in a London derby. Whatever you do, you will score. Kane, the best shows Ramsey. I'm on for Ramsey. Only let me now check on him. You still score. So Kane will score or assist. There will be some points there for him. But differential players say maximum. He's of the top 6 teams have been coming for him. I love that guy so much. He's good. Raymond has been saying, what's the problem?
I know, Rowland, but you're the same person. You were saying we shouldn't bet the maximum. Now you are on the show.
Yes, that's what I was saying, that FPL is an all funny game, because I was telling you earlier on that you can decide that I'm going for a player. We don't have any 7 to 10 midfielders. One pops up in 1 week, then we are all like, oh yeah, we should go in for that player. So say Maximan has proved against Man United, against the Leeds, that he's good. So that's it. And Antonio, I said today that he's never scored against Leeds, but I know he'll break his duck this weekend. Leeds team is looking porous. Defensively, it's not looking good for them. I think Bielsa was talking about Cresswell, who came in the middle of the center back position. But I don't know how good he will look. But I think that if anything, Liam Cooper and Calvin Phillips will be moved to the back. It's not going to be an easy game for Antonio the way we are perceiving it to be. For me personally, I think that Benrahma will have a better game than Antonio, because all the attention will be around Antonio. Given Fornals and Benrahma the opportunity of thanking me as well. So that's my team. So we can move on to Marlvin's team before he leaves us.
Marlvin, yes. So viewers, Marlvin has to leave us a little bit earlier today, but Marlvin, so move.
Okay, so let me go through this, and then after maybe I can take my leave. Yes. So in goalie, I went for David De Gea. I think he had a splendid game against West Ham. He is possibly brimming of confidence now. I don't think Aston Villa is an attacking team, of course, but I still think he has a lot of saves in him in that game.
Sure.
So that's why I've gone for De Gea. Defender Trent. Trent is facing a Brentford side who have actually been very good defensively. But I don't see them kindly scoring against Liverpool. So, and Trent, of course, we know of how he attacks. he of course was ill, so he will be fully rested and to go in this game. So that's why I've gone for Trent. Midfielder, of course, I've gone for Sa. He racked up 15 points last week, facing a Newcastle side who have not been great defensively so far as well. So, and if you look at Rafinha's goal as well, came from the right hand side. Rafinha had a lot of joy on the right hand side when he was playing against Newcastle. I think Sa can do the same as well. So that's why I've picked Sa. Forward, I've gone for Vardy. He's playing against the Burnley side. Vardy has been decent so far this season.
He's been under the radar. You know, at the point I was asking you guys that Vardy has the fixtures. Vardy might hit.
He's been racking up the points.
But you see, his price point is what is not helping. If he was an 8.5 or a 9, most managers would have considered him. But the price range is not helping.
10.5.
Yes, so it's his price point that is, of course, putting people off. But aside that, I think he's going to have a good game against Burnley side. My differential pick, I've gone for Townsend just because he's number one facing a Norwich side who have been awful defensively so far. I think he's going to have a very good game against Norwich. He will possibly be involved and be amongst the goals. You know, they don't have their Everton don't have their talisman figure in Calvert-Lewin. Richarlison is also injured, so they will need somebody to come bring their game on the pitch on Saturday. And I think Townsend and the likes of Gray are the likes who are going to be pulling the strings. But I've gone for Townsend because I think he's about 1.6% owned or so the last time I checked. So I think he's a good differential pick. If there are some people looking for a 1 week punt, they can go for him. Captain, I've gone for Salah. As I said, Salah has had a good season so far. His points, he's just been racking up the points so far since the beginning of the season. Brentford have been very good defensively, but I just have a feeling that Liverpool will just have too much for Brentford this game week. And I think that Salah always, not just Salah, but I mean the likes of Ronaldo or those premium assets, they always do well against those who are, let's say, newly promoted sides. I wouldn't even say Brentford is a bottom side no because they are doing really, really well. But against a newly promoted sides, they tend to do well, and that's why I've come for captaincy with Salah. So
it meant none of you went to Ronaldo. Ronaldo against Aston Villa.
Yeah, so
I'm doubting him.
No, they were doubting him. I think in terms of top three for captaincy this week, it's going to be between Antonio, Salah, and Ronaldo. So I think you can have a go at any of those picks depending on. Yeah, choose your pick, Charlie. You have three, choose one. You have three, choose one. Either you are choosing.
I mean, all three will score. So.
You're choosing Antonio against a wiki Leeds defense. You are choosing Salah based on his performance and that you have too much for Brentford, or you're choosing Ronaldo because Charlie, he is Ronaldo. And then they are playing Aston Villa. I think United have a good record against Aston Villa. I don't know whether it's just me, but they have a good record against Aston Villa as well. So
you see,
I just remember that Van Persie. Yeah, I didn't remember that Van Persie hat trick and
they won the league.
They won the league. I think they have a very against Aston Villa. You see him off like
and Aston Villa will come and defend. That's the thing.
Yeah, they'll come and defend as well.
It will be an all-play all game, and the goals will be.
And I think the last game week, Aston Villa went 3 at the back, but I don't think they might be able to do it this week just because Twanzebe is facing his parent club, so of course he can't play.
But Horse is there.
Yeah, Horse. If they want to play Horse, yeah. But either way, I don't think they'll be as defensively as solid as last week when they faced Everton. Yes.
Just to state, before you go, Marlvin, the Brentford, I was looking up some things this week, and I realized that Brentford have not really played any top side for them. That's why sometimes I see that stats are skewed because they haven't played any Man U, they haven't played any Chelsea, any Man City.
It's Arsenal they played. Arsenal was a covered Arsenal.
Yes, Arsenal. Compared to Arsenal outplayed them the first 20 minutes of the game. It's just that they couldn't find anyone to score. If Aubameyang and Lacazette had played in that first game, trust me, I feel that it would have been different.
Yes.
So since then, everyone defense is good. Brentford, but this is a game for Salah or money.
So I think
or even Jota.
their next 4 fixtures is possibly the acid test for Brentford to see how good they really are. Yeah, so we'll see what they are made up of. And the Liverpool game is the best game for us to see what they are really made up of.
Okay, Marlvin.
Okay, guys.
So you can take leave of us.
I'll take my leave.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Take care, guys. All right.
Okay. Great. Okay. So I'll move on. We'll move on to our teams. Rowland, what's the plan for your team?
Yeah. Okay, for now, with the Bamford injury, the first one that comes to mind is Antonio and nothing else. I was looking to ship off Gundogan. I have a number of players in mind, Sarr and Demarai Gray. So Townsend, I'm not too sold on. Yes, he can score the odd goal, the left foot.
One of those odd, but he's not a consistent player.
Yeah, that's so. And my issue there right now too is how I wish that ASM is a midfielder, was made a midfielder instead of a striker, because it would have been easier to look at him from that light. But for now, it's Antonio.
So I think based on what you are saying, most likely you are going to go Antonio and Gray.
Yes, it's either Antonio and Gray or just Antonio. So that I bring in Marcel and Livramento. Now I'm confused as to who to start in that game because they are both playing each other. So I don't know.
Would you bench Gundogan if you are doing only one transfer?
Yes, you see the fear of missing out on either Livramento or Marcel points is my problem. What if it's 2-0 to Wolves? What if it's 2-0 to Southampton?
Sure. Okay.
Then I bench one of the players. The players gives an assist.
You miss the other one.
So that's my bane right now. That's the problem.
Would you be pricey in the chat area? Welcome.
You're welcome. So, viewers, you can also help me out. What do you also think? I mean, Ray, personally, what do you think?
So I think looking at Norwich and Everton having quite a very good fixture against Norwich, and the way Andy Gray is playing, is moving into the box, is moving into the box, and then you don't have Calvert-Lewin, and you don't have Calvert-Lewin in there, and Norwich defense is not. I think if you want to go into that Norwich game, go in with Andy Gray and then go in with Antonio. But the point is, let me check it. What are Aston Villa's Everton's fixture for the next?
That's what I don't like, because they are facing Man United. That's why I'm looking at Ismail Assar as well, because his next 2 fixtures are good. Yes. So the other point is, do you need to take the -4? If you don't need to take the -4, then I just think that just make a straight transfer for Antonio, and then it gives you the flexibility of making transfer from game week 7. So I think just one transfer is okay, since you can fill the full team to play and then build upon it. Because I think that now, are you still playing a wild card in game week 7 or 8, or you are delaying it to 14? Well, for now I'm undecided. I want to wait until the international break is over.
Okay. Yes. So somewhere around game week 8. So you're undecided. Yes. So because you're undecided, just make one transfer, because you never know whether you decide to make that wild card or not. So then just make the transfer, simple transfer, bring Antonio in, and then let your guys do the work for you. Okay. I think that's okay. Cool. Yes. Cool. Managers in the chat area, you can also let us know what the plans are. I have done my transfer already. I brought in. Who did I bring in? I forgot it. Who did I bring in?
Bamford.
I brought Bamford on Friday night, not knowing that he was carrying a knock. When I checked SofaScore, he actually finished the game. So nothing showed that he was injured. Not knowing that he got a knock. But
during the game, I was telling you. No.
I think No, I think we were chatting a lot on Friday, because Friday I had a virtual PTA meeting. So I had a virtual PTA
Oh,
meeting.
okay.
Yes. So when I finished and then I came online, I realized, oh, they had called. And I'm like, okay, good. In there. So by the time we started our chat, it was just a few minutes. And then I told that I was making my plan to sell Cavalo in,
Yeah,
because
you did.
Cavalo was fit. So it was more like I was quite clear. I just wanted to see if he could score. If he scored, it meant that he had gotten his scoring book back. So as soon as they finished the game and I realized that he wasn't injured, bang, not knowing that he was carrying the injury. Oh, Super Score, why didn't you help me?
It's serious.
It happens. It happens. It happens. But
Yeah,
I would keep Bamford. I won't sell him, because these next 4 games are
okay.
quite good, and I'm sure by next week he will surely be fit. If he's not fit by next week, then I have to sell him. But then I'll keep. So I've done one transfer. The challenge now I have is Backman. Backman, I hear Backman is. Please, managers in the chat, you can start bringing your questions for the week. Okay, any questions about what you have for this week as well? Any questions as well? So Backman, I hear Backman is injured and might not play. Backman is creating so many problems for me. I had Sanchez. I bought Sanchez on the wild card, and later on I saw on the wild card, let me bring back Backman, because Backman's next 4 games were quite better, and he conceded in the first game week 4 game. Game week 5 was benched, and game week 6 said, Charlie, I don't like what is happening. So I might be forced to take another -4. That will be my 3rd -4 so far this season. As somebody who has also already used my chip, my wildcard chip. But Charlie, what can I do? Sometimes it happens. You need to take and push forward. Especially now that the points are very close. So I'm actually trying to sort out all the problems in my team, so that when my guys start giving me the points, I'll do that. So most likely I will go to Guaita or McCarthy. It's actually paining me that I didn't buy Foster 4.0, but the reason why I didn't want it, sometimes when you have that, it blocks any other move in case the Watford team start to do very well. So I didn't want to have 2 goalkeepers in there, and then that happened as well. So most likely I'll take the -4 and make McCarthy because of his fixtures instead of Viat, is it Guaita or Viata? That is my plan. I might have to take that -4. Guaita. Okay, yeah. What's your take on the team?
Okay, looking at your team, I think you also play Livramento and Marcel.
Yeah,
and then you have Region on the bench. Like
this thing, I've done it before.
I'm saying Bamford, don't sell Bamford, because who are you selling?
So the good thing for me is that because of Bamford's injury, regular will play. You know what I've told you about benching such attacking? You know, the last time I benched Trent against Leicester, and Trent had 20 points.
Yeah.
So actually, I'm afraid.
See, what I can also suggest is that London derbies are never boring. London derbies are never 0-0. London derbies are never 1-1. So you should know that it's a derby, and a derby is a derby. No matter what you want to do. Kane, if Kane is involved, this one is involved, regular will also be involved. So it's up to you. If you want to keep Bamford, I don't see anyone out there who can come in for Bamford. Jimenez, then you want Bamford again? No, I mean Bamford has great fixtures for the next couple of games, right? So I don't really see the need for you to be in a hurry to get out. If you've taken that already, I don't see why I should take another -4. And who are you bringing in? Apart from the keeper, where you can play 10, that means that you'll be playing only 10 players. That's where I feel for you. But now, go hard. If it's a keeper, go hard. Make the right choice with your keeper this time and stick to the keeper.
So that for the next six weeks, the next 6 weeks, I don't have to bother about the keeper again.
That's my thinking for you. That's it. So just go in for the keeper. Yes, you take the -4 on the chin. Like you are saying, you've already played your wild card, so you are now trying to set your team up.
Yeah.
So what? Please, is that triple? No, please don't. They are double. They are double game weeks coming up later in the season. So don't. The big teams usually progress in FA Cup or Carabao Cup. So it's a better idea to keep it for a double game week. Maybe in a game week you get some Fala team like Norwich and the second game against maybe another Brentford or Norwich, a team that you can easily score twice in two game weeks. So please don't do it this game week. It's not that Salah won't hit, but it's risky for you to do it in a single game.
And then most likely when he's playing away against Brentford, not playing at home at Anfield, and it's not at Norwich. Roland, there's something we also need to note about the treble captainship. For quite a while, and I think for the past 2 or 3 years, managers, players who get a double game week are not able to make maximum use of the double game week. So the triple captain, about 2-3 years ago, you could have, when you triple captain maybe Sanchez, you play all the 2 games. Aguero will play all the 2 games, but now they play one and bench him for the other. So now the idea is that yes. So then, if you get a very good fixture, I mean, you have Salah against Norwich at home. Salah is at home, and Salah can hit. And then the triple captain hit it. Because sometimes in the double game week is when they actually mess up the chip for us. So sometimes if it is there for the ticket. But Salah against Brentford away, it's too risky as well. Okay. You are welcome also as well. Don't worry, I'll let you can like the video as well. Like the video for us as well. And then we also want to make this announcement. That reminds me, please. We have hit 195. We want to hit 200 subscribers by God willing next week. So please, if you're a manager, you are watching our show, please let your wife or your girlfriend or your woman please subscribe for us. We want to do the doubling effect. Yes. So please tell your wife. Just subscribe. They shouldn't hit the notification button. They just subscribe for us. They should show us some love. Because we want to build the channel, okay? So if you have your wife, sister, anybody say, oh, you just subscribe something for my brother who's growing his channel with his friends.
That's
and then
all.
when we hit, we'll give you everybody the shout out, okay? Thanks to Kojo Samara Limited, Matthews GH, Apal Dan. So all the guys who are always Kwashi, who are always.
We are missing Kwame B Flat.
Yeah, Kwame B Flat is not here. So but those guys who have always been with us, our loyal guys, Charlie. We are really happy to have you. Marlvin has spoken about the transfers he will do for his team as well. So any major questions? So, Marlvin, keep or sell Greenwood or Jota?
I'll keep both. Greenwood came on last night and
Kwame B Flat. Kwame B Flat is here. Somebody say, speak of the devil. As soon as you mention his name, he has played. Kwame B Flat, you are welcome. Nice to have you here. Yes. So, Marvin, you're talking about Greenwood and Jota.
Is Rowland here?
Sorry, Rowland. Oh, today I don't know. Today, when you went up, like I called Marvin Rowland, and now Marvin has gone. I'm calling.
No worries, mate. No worries. So Greenwood's right position to me is secure now. I don't think that it's going off. The only problem I'm having is his goal threat now. When you are senior people or senior players in the game, you know that you take a step. Yeah, you understand. So what it is that yesterday when he came on, he looked like a senior player has come on and he wants to show that he's the senior, he's the one in charge with the way he was handling the ball, demanding the ball. But when Ronaldo is in, he's a bit less effective. But that said, just keep him in your team. There's no need to rush out. I'm sure there are other areas in your team that you want to deal with.
To sort out.
Jota is the last. This is the last game for Jota for most of us. No one is going to keep him for the Man City game. No one is keeping Jota. So, yes, so it's all about him going out, bowing out in good shape for us. Just give us the goal that we want. Seeing Firmino on the bench, you would not want to disappoint because he wants to keep on playing. So for now, if you have the two of them, keep them.
Keep them at least for now and sort out the other players in your team as well. Okay. What about Bruno Bamford Torres?
For now, all three are sells for me. Bruno is All
No,
three
but
ourselves. Bamford is obvious.
okay.
Let me just say, let me say this. Look,
Okay.
depending on the nature of your team, if you have
Okay.
Bamford and Antonio, keep Bamford. If you
Okay.
don't have, and if you have, if you don't have Antonio, sell Bamford. If you have Antonio, keep Bamford. If you don't have him, buy Antonio. So for most of us, we did that change last week, expecting that okay, our man will get us about 10 points. I remember last week saying on the show that Rafinha is not a player who can give you a
He's
double
not.
digit haul. I
Yeah.
mentioned it. Yes.
Just
So
he
we
will
all
just give you
jumped in for
small piece.
yes. So Bamford we felt had a higher ceiling, had the upside than Rafinha. So most of us went in for Bamford, and he got us 5. It's not bad, but right now we have to get back Antonio. So that's it. Bruno, because of Ronaldo, he'll chip in with assists, but the goals will not be as many as before. Right, so we should try and
Yeah.
understand. Yesterday, Ekuban was greedy, wanting to prove that he's still the man. But yeah, sorry, Ronaldo is there. So
Ronaldo is Ronaldo. CR7. And
mm,
you know Bruno has dropped to 32% now. I'm just checking from the site. He's now 11.9 million. Bruno, who was at the start of the season around about 50% to Charlie.
so you see what I think can really help is Bruno plays very well against lower teams,
Okay.
or So I'm thinking that from game week 14, where Manu has good fixtures, if it turns out that one of our big hitters is flopping, you can have Bruno and have Ronaldo as well as having Shaw, so that becomes a
Okay.
set and forget for you. Or when you
Sure.
see that maybe a Salah is picking up, or Lukaku, or if one of the players is injured, whatever it is, then you can
Can
easily
always
do
make
a
a simple
switch.
transfer. Sure.
So I think that within that period, you also be able to rack in the points. But Torres, because of that kind of pep roulette, me right now, I've regretted getting him Gundogan.
Charlie.
What can you do? You just accept
Oh,
it. And
Charlie,
look, I was
Pep
looking at
must leave
someone's
England.
FPL team
Pep
today.
must leave England.
Yeah.
Pep must leave England.
See, I was looking at someone's FPL team today. He has Torres, he has Gundogan, then he has Stones, and he's asking me if he should wild card.
Why be flat? Why be I know you are know that if somebody has this team, Torres, Gundogan, and then Stones, what would be advice to the person? Other managers, could you reply and then Matthew GH? Will you tell the person to wildcard or not? Quite interesting.
Charlie.
I've gone into the pep camp. This year I didn't want to go, but I've gone in. I have had the pain. I have cried. I have lambasted. But I've taken the points small. That the assist, one goal there as well. That is what disorganized my team, which made me wildcard quite too early. But whatever it is, we take it and then we take it on the chin and then move forward as well. So Bruno, Bamford, Torres, if you have any of these guys, please sell them. But if you have Bamford and you still have Antonio, don't sell Bamford yet. Just bench it for this weekend, then you can do well. Now concerning wild card, don't wild card yet in game week 6. It's better to wild card in game week 7 or 8. In fact, game week 8 is even far better. Reason being that game week 8 is after the international break, which gives you the ability, after international break, injuries can happen, COVID can happen, so you can allows you to do all those adjustments. And then it gives you that 2 weeks break to take your time, think, go into the stats, know what to do, and then be able to make a very good. And then in game week 7, most of the guys you are trying to sell in game week 7 have very good fixtures. Ronaldo has a good fixture. Antonio has a good fixture. The City guys you are going to get, City is facing Liverpool, so might not be good to make the switch there. But in game week 8, you see the clear shift in game week 8. But if you want to make it game week, sometimes it's good to also make it in game week 7 when you think the team is not doing well, and then you can just make one extra transfer in game week 8 because you know after wild card you have one extra transfer in there as well. But if your team is actually suffering as of now, please make the wild card and get Chelsea and then Chelsea defenders and then City defenders. You can get the City defender and put him on the bench for this week against Chelsea. Or you can some people are saying that the Chelsea City game can end 0-0. Roland, what do you think about that?
It's not possible.
And managers, give us your prediction for the Chelsea City game. Chelsea City game, and then Man U Aston Villa. What are your predictions? He said it's not possible. You can't end 0-0.
I went for 2-2. Man went for 1-1. It's just possible. That game will be too exciting to end 0-0.
There will surely be goals in there. Yes. So please, if you need to make those, you need to make those as well. And then I think Rowland and myself are thinking about something quite special for managers. We are thinking about trying to make a special full episode on how I won the Ghana League last year. Lessons about that and those things as well. So we are looking at it. We'll try and make it when we are very
planning for the international break, right?
Yes, international break. Yeah, international break. It will be different from our main show for the week. We'll have the main show for the week, and then we'll have that's one. That one is a special one. We want to see how good it is. And then we can all learn. So if you have any questions as to what I did, what are the tactics I have picked up about winning, how to win your league and stuff as well in there. And then please, I want to also say that we created a very special show for how to win your mini leagues. It's in the comment. I mean the video description. I always put it there. Please, everybody, take time and go and watch it. We had a very special show with Precious Aku, one of the very best FPL managers you can get. He's a serial FPL winner. He gives up some very good tips as well. Though the season has started, please go and take time and listen to that and see whether you are keeping to the principles as well. And then we had some season review from last year as well. Everybody should watch it out. Watch out for that because those will help. Because as the season starts, we forget about all the lessons from last year and we start repeating the same old mistakes all over again. So sometimes it's just good to watch some of those things and then get it all. So some predictions in the chat area, Rowland.
Yeah. So what we are saying is, I think Matthew's GH is saying he has no other option than to wildcard. Looking at the nature of his team. As you gave us
Matthew's GH has already wildcarded. He has already wildcarded. I don't know which other wildcard you use.
Matthew's GH. What are you rough? So I think Kojo Pekra, he says keep Greenwood.
Sure, we agree with
Kwame B flat, as usual, Mr. Chelsea. He says Chelsea will win 2-0. You know, Chelsea, I'm seeing it that the way they are looking right now, it'll be tough to beat them. But
sure,
there's always a loss in a team, right?
Sure.
I don't know if it will come this weekend.
Like Liverpool lost to Watford, surprisingly.
Yes. So it can happen. It can happen. Chelsea, look, let's be fair. Chelsea are conceding chances, but what we are realizing is that the players or the teams playing against them are not taking advantage of them. You know, when you build, yes, you know, like the way when Sir Alex was coach of Man United, there was some kind of fear when you were playing against United that you even fumble at times when you're not supposed to, and that's how I see it against these teams. Like we know we can score. I mean, for Tottenham has played Chelsea the whole first half. They had opportunities to score. They just didn't take them.
Sure.
So it's like that fear factor. If they are able to get a team who can build on that, I mean, but anyway, Chelsea will win 2-0 from Kwame B flat. Kojo Pepra is saying, who is Kwame B flat? Kwame B flat is our friend.
Kojo Pepra is the Man U guy. That is why he's attacking the Chelsea guy. That is why he's attacking Kwame B flat. You know the Man U and Chelsea guys always like that.
So Matthew's GH is saying Chelsea Man City won. So I think Marlvin's prediction is what he's sticking with. Then Kojo again comes and says, "Oh, but Greenwood is scoring on Saturday. Oh, that's all hope."
We'll be happy.
We'll give you a shout out if he does score this weekend.
Yes.
So Matthew's GH, Chelsea won't lose at home, and City can't afford to draw in a row. Oh, hi, Rowland. I'm currently 13. Watch out for me. Yes, sir.
Kojo Pepra is 13th. Matthew's GH is 13th in the FPL Ambassadors League. Charlie.
Yes, right now they are throwing shades at me.
The classes.
They are throwing shades at me. Marlvin has thrown. Ray has thrown. Now Matthew's GH, no problem. Kojo says you bounce back. Same for me. Me too. I bounce back. No worry. So I mean, it's all fun. It's all fun on here.
Look at what. Yeah, I'm here. Look
What?
out, look out.
It's not question of
Ask a question.
So my question is,
I'm here.
my question is, looking at Ismail Assar, do you think it's a one-off, or he can go on to be that player that we are looking? Now let's do this.
Sure.
Between that 5.5 and 6.5 region, give me 3 picks you think will do well throughout the season, not just for fixtures, but throughout the season.
I always mention Rafinha. Rafinha being that he's
good.
consistent in point, but then he won't give you any big haul. Sometimes it's good to have that one goal, one assist guys in there.
Yes.
And I think that now we are getting Andy Gray is somebody we are sleeping on, because he's playing the front three, and Everton team is quite attacking. So he's somebody we should surely try and get. And I think Conor Gallagher is also very good there, because he's he's playing like how the Gundogan was playing last year, when he gets into the penalty box just at the right time and the goal counts. Just that Palace have had some quite difficult fixtures. So I think that when the fixtures get quite better, that Gundogan popping into the box like just at the right time would help him there. So those 3 plus Sarr. Now one thing about Sarr is Sarr's switches are getting better. He's playing the front 3. And if he doesn't score, he will evolve in an assist. And they have Josh King as attack. Most people are forgetting that Josh King is leading the attack. Sometimes these teams, you might sleep on them at a point in time. And one thing about Watford is when they meet the big teams, they don't do well. But when they meet the teams of their own stature, that is when they try and show their weight.
They pull their weight there.
Yes, they pull their weight there. So I think these 4 guys, at least if you can get 2 of these guys, Rafinha, Gray, Gallagher, and then Sarr, based on how the fixtures are, I think you are good to go for this season as well.
Okay.
Especially when you want to get Ronaldo. Some people want to get Ronaldo and Lukaku into their team with Salah.
Yeah. What would have really helped us if we had a Chelsea midfielder who was consistent? Then there'll be no need to rush into that Lukaku. So now that's
Havertz and Mount. They are not serious.
Yes. So for now, let's leave it at that. I think your four players are spot on picks, and they are players that people in the Twitter community, Instagram community have been talking about a lot. So I think that we should keep our eyes out. Rafinha is one that I'm looking for to buy next game week, because Jota will be out of my team. I can't say I've slept on Rafinha though, but he's got similar points to Gundogan anyway, so it's not really affected me that much. So yes, like you said, the points are very close. So managers don't really be disturbed if you get a red arrow or whatever it is. Your game week is bad.
Panic.
It just takes one game week.
Don't panic. Yes, the points are very, very close now. So just don't be so focused on. Hey, Rowland.
I have
your guy. Matthews GH, yes.
Matthews GH. I have 3 Brentford players. Who are the players? Tell me.
I'm sure it will be Mbeumo, Brentford, Mbeumo, Tony, and then the goalkeeper. I'm sure those 3.
Because
so Mbeumo, Tony, and then Raya.
And Ryan. So for me personally, I think that in Mbeumo, I don't know how much in Mbeumo is anyway. If you have money, just upgrade to Sarr or Demari Gray, one of them. So if he has enough money, you just move to Demari Gray. He has Pinnock.
Okay, so in defense rather, he has Pinnock rather. Okay, Pinnock will be 4.5. So
I just think that I'm sure you'd have backup for defenders, right? Pinnock, this is not a game I really want to play him in. To be fair, I don't know, Raymond, what you think about that, but I don't think that Pinnock.
Yes. No. You don't place a defender against Liverpool. Liverpool will surely score in there.
Yes. So that's it. So if you can get Demari Gray, get him. If you already have him, you can try and get Sarr, get him. If you don't have them, play Mbeumo and Sarr. I always say that in a team of 11, all your players cannot get points. So some players, you have to accept that they'll give you your 2 points. So that is what is most important. So trying to get a player out and a player in, sometimes it's if it's not someone you're keen or you're really sure that will get you the most points in that game week, then there's no need for you to do that change. They take the 2 points and move on and assess your team from then.
Sure. So what about Tony? If he has Tony, should he sell Tony or should he keep Tony? Ivan Tony.
No, if he has Ivan Tony right now, like you mentioned, King is looking good for his fixtures. Why not get King in?
Okay, just King.
Yes,
just
King.
What for?
Yeah, just King. He's looking good, and I was
or
doing some.
Alance and Maxima.
Yes, but that one there, please. I'm a bit skeptical about it. After this game week, I'm a bit skeptical. So please, I beg you. He plays for your welcome, Matthews. It's for a team that doesn't really excite. It's like he's the only engine in the team. If we had Callum Wilson in, you're welcome, Matthews. If we had Callum Wilson in, you would have been able to say that he has someone to assist. But now he's the only one playing all the football. It's like, and I haven't read that Willock won't go to Watford this weekend. So it means that it's even worse. I don't know who's going to come in for Willock. So they'll play 5 at the back. I don't get that thing that Steve Bruce does. You have players.
There's somewhat English manager.
What is 5 at the back?
He doesn't want to concede, but always he concedes. That's the most annoying thing. He always don't want to concede, but always you concede. I don't know.
That's my point. So you don't stop playing it. Oh, goodness gracious. So that's about it for me here. I mean, if you have King, go for King. I bet you King is better. Yes. So as Raymond said, please tell your siblings, tell your
wife,
your
tell your sister.
Please,
yes, everybody. Yes. Just take their phone and just subscribe for us. You want to hit that one, and they will move.
Tell the babies.
Yes. Tell them that they should do for us. We will give them shout out. When we come on TV, we'll mention their names. We'll list everybody's name and put it on TV. So they should do it for us. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That's all. So United 3, Aston Villa 1. So
yeah,
that's Kojo Press. Yes, I agree. That was my prediction as well. 3-1.
Sure.
For Man United. Sure. Man United just can't keep a clean sheet, so forget it. Yeah.
Yes. So the FPL Ambassadors show. We are on Twitter at FPL Ambassadors. On Can you see what's in the comments? Instagram at FPL Ambassadors show. This one I'll mention it, please. I don't want trouble. Let it be there. I'll mention
exactly.
it. Someone will come in here. So just but then so I was saying I might make a transfer on my team on McCarthy. So most likely I'll tweet my team Saturday. We have a deadline, Saturday 10 p.m. So before around 9, I'll tweet my team, most likely if I make the transfer or not as well. So those who want, and if you have any concerns, I'm here.
Why are you not considering Ramsdale?
Yes, I've looked at Ramsdale as well, but Ramsdale places Tottenham this week, so I need to at least have the benefit of the -4 small. And then although I'm considering Ramsdale as well, his other games those might get some clean sheets. Yes, those games are a bit tricky. Not as in he can keep it, but it's not too clear. I think that McCarthy's own is a little bit more clearer for the clean sheet for 6 games. So I don't think what that there. So I just want because I want to focus in the middle and attack transfers. Then later on I can go back and make another transfer. Yes. As well. Then.
Okay. All right, that's fine.
So please, nobody should go and comment about Martin G's comment. Please, I don't want my name to be summoned in anybody's house for FPL Ambassadors. So Rowland is also at Ekuban on Twitter. Marlvin is at Mr. Owusu. Please, if you have any concerns, any information can pop up, God willing, tomorrow or Saturday morning. You can check us on Twitter, and then we can all see what to do as well. So. All the best managers, we wish you all the best. Don't panic. It's just 5 game weeks. We have 33 more game weeks to go. All the best for game week 6. God willing, next week Thursday will be here at 7 p.m. Inform your other managers about the FPL Ambassadors. So we are doing great works as well. Like our video as well. Share it let somebody have it as well, and then we'll see how we go as well. Rowland, any final comments?
Oh yeah. All right. See you all next week, and we hope everyone here has a green arrow. We
Sure.
wish you
Yeah.
the best of weekends. All
Sure,
right.
sure.
The
Okay,
things that are popping up there, we can't talk
bye.
about them. So
I
we'll
will
see
talk
you soon.
about
Bye
this
bye.
guy. Bye. Bye.